So hello everyone, welcome back to the Ninja Coders channel. I hope you all are doing well. So those are stay tuned in the channel, they know that previously we studied about the if else conditions, or we say that conditionals. So we see some practical things how can do if else condition, nested if else if, and more example like how to see take the greater number, and how to set some true false value, and according to that also see that switch condition and all things. If you want another lecture for conditions about only about the different example, different whatever the possibilities of the questions, if you want like that, so you can comment me down, so I will again make the video separate for that only, and I will ensure that you can easily make some different programming about this only conditionals. So yeah, so without wasting times, let we start. So today's our topic is flowchart. So we have flowcharts. This one is the lecture 6, those know. So in this lecture we can cover that. You see here content page, flowchart, key features of the flowcharts, and the example on this flowchart, and also some see the pseudocode, and also see the example of this pseudocode. Okay, if you know that flowchart, if you heard about the flowchart, what is the flowchart, if you know, then okay. But sometime we use this flowchart for the better understanding purpose. Those who are not know the programming things, and if you can directly show the code of all the things, those are not coders, so you can directly show them their codes, so they are thinking that what is this, they are blank. So that's why we use flowchart. So use flowchart, using the flowchart we can easily visualize the flow of the code, like what is the this code is doing, and what is the flow is, where is going, and what can do, what the conditions are there. So these things we can easily see on that flowchart. So that's why we use flowchart. If you are in college student, so you are know that flowchart is the very essential part of your course, one of the topic of this flowchart. So yeah, that's why I didn't leave it. That's why I think that also it's need. So previously we can connect, we can see that conditions things. So here we can see that one key, how can I represent this using the flowchart, all the previous one. If you don't see the previous lecture, so make sure you can see the previous lecture, so you can better understand the flowchart and also correlate both of the lecture according to that. Okay, so you know flowchart, we use flowchart primarily for visualize and simplify the complex process, as I told. So here is that. Here is the flowchart. There is some, these things are presenters. Like we can see that what using these symbols we can draw the flowchart. Okay, these are start stop symbol, input output. For using this input output, if you want some message, then and if you want to display some message, you can use this box which is called parallelogram, and this is oval shaped, which is used for termination and also for start and stop point. So using this here you can start the flow chart, and then after if you want to display some users to enter the number, something like that, enter number, you can here can easily show using this box also. And also you can show your output, like if your process will be done, then what's the output of that program and something like that. You can use this parallelogram like shape to display. So this one is used for processing. If you can take the input here, so what can do for the inputs number, you have to perform some operation on them. So you are using this box, we can use processing things. And if you previously see that conditions things, like we use this if else condition here, if is a is greater than b or something like that. So these things can be written inside this decision point also. This one is the diamond shape, but we can also call this decision point. Here is the decision, what the decision here can mention, all the thing is taken as a decision making things. And yeah, this thing is nothing much, but this one is the flow of the the flowchart. Like this arrow is showing that how the flowchart is going on, and where is the this connect each other, like that. This one is showing. Okay, so this thing, using these basic things, you can build a more complex program. This one is simple, but you can draw a very complex program on using that or simple things only, and you can easily visualize, because these things is very less here you see, but using this connecting and connecting, this will be very much big things. If you use algorithms, if you use algorithm, writing the algorithm, so that time this will be very big condition as there, so your flow will be going there and there and here, like this things we can easily. So let's see, this is the what we say that 1 second I can written there. Okay, this wiped up, and here is this one is the oval shape. Okay, and this one is for the parallelogram, and this one is a rectangle. Okay, and this one is the diamond, and which is also called as what, decision point. Okay, this is a decision point, and you know that it is called arrow, and also the. So let's see what is the flow chart. Okay, so a flow chart is a type of diagram, which is already told, diagram that visually represent a process, workflow, system, or algorithm in a sequential order, which various standardizes symbols and directions. You see the directions previously. What's the direction as using, and direction and the symbols are there. There are total, what do we say, 6 symbols are there. So using these 6 symbols, we can visualize easy, and standardized symbol only this standard symbolize using. We can draw these things. If you can mismatch the symbol or the different lining things, so these things will be wrong. Okay, so you don't do this. There is some standards you have to follow about that. So yeah, this one is the what is the flow chart, and then what is the feature of flow chart. Okay, so features are like that step by step visualization. You know that here is a starting point, here is the input point, here is the decision point, like that. These things is the step by step, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, like that. Okay, these step process are broken down into a individual step. You see that here is 1 step is that start point, here is the decision point, not here is the input or output point, and here is the decision point, like that. Okay, and each represented by a specific symbol. Here you see start or stop symbol is the different thing, and this one is a, this is the rectangle here. So there is the rectangle is the input output system is for. So there is a standard represent a specific symbol. Okay, standardized symbol. There is a shape like rectangle, diamond, ovals, and parallelogram denotes a different kind of operations. Like previously told, no, there are different shapes for the different operations. Okay, so sequential logic is nothing, is that sequence. How can you can your sequence is like arrow, where is the arrow is going and how process will be working, like the sequence. This on the, and dependent in the process, showing order and the dependencies in the process, like where is going and who's to whom to connect it, like the decision point. Okay, so there are some example I written here. So let's see one by one. Okay, firstly we see this one is very simple, one liner flowchart. There is very easy things. You can directly understand that this start symbol is there. You see that start and stop symbol using this oval shape size. So here our program will be start and then input. Input things use already said that, I already said that parallelogram. We use the parallelogram for the input or output system. Here you see that input is there. Okay, input is there. Input number one, user will be take input here, and then again it's so input number two. So and then okay, so there is one mistake over here. So input here is done, but here is not display. Okay, here you can see that 1 second. There is this box is called as a what, processing things. So this processing things what can do, just a moment. Yeah, display not. Here you write wipe up and okay, and here you can add this number. What this use this box for what? Only for the processing part. Like you have num1 and num2. So what can do? Add equals to num1 plus num2. Okay. So here is the processing part. This is the processing part is done. So and this one and here add there, and then again you can show them as a what? Output. As a output. What you have output? Output is your added value. Okay, your added value is there, and then your program will be goes into end. Okay, so you see that. Is it okay? This one is simple one-liner. There is a starting point here using a start symbol. This oval will be represent start, and this oval will be also represent as end. And this one is a parallelogram. This one for using input and also for the output. Here is the output, and this for the processing part. Like this, you can take the number. So what can you do for this number? Only for your seeing purpose? No, you have to perform some operations. So that's why we use these things, this rectangle for the processing part, and then you show the output of this value, and then or you can say that here is the add output of the add. So your and then after the end is there. So second example we have, this one is the additional for the flowchart is the addition for the addition number, two number, and then is the one more thing is that largest number. So largest number is here is the largest number for the how can we previously see that how can we find the greater than means how can we get the largest number using comparison of two different numbers. Okay, so here the flow chart is there. So this is the flow chart for the comparing the two numbers which is greater. So this is the start one. You already see that this one is oval for the start symbol, and this is for the input for the parallelogram, and this is also for parallelogram for the input of two numbers. Then here is the input number is stored inside easily we can see, and this box is diamond shape. I previously told that this diamond shape is called as a decision point. So you know that decision point where we can take the decision. Here is we write if a is greater than b. This is what? This is a decision point. So we in flowchart we can do this as this inside the diamond shape. Okay, so and after that here we can take the decision. Starting we can take the two numbers, and then after num1 is greater than num2, num1 and num2. So here you check if there is a value num1. Let's suppose there is a 20 number and there is a 22 number. Okay, let's this thing num1 is num2, num1 is greater than num2, num1 is greater than num2. Is it right? Not. Here you see 20 is smaller than 22. So 20 here is 20 and here is the 22. So this is what is false. Is this false? You usually see that false. So what you can do here, you see if there is false, if there is false, if there is true, if there is true, okay, num1 is the display. So the display num1. Okay, if there is false, then you can show the display number 2. So in their things, what is that? It's a false. So he can skip that ring, skip this area as of now, and then he can be directly goes into display the 2 number. Here the output will be 2, and then print the output as a stop, and then and data will be printed, and then after will be program will got that as terminated. Okay, so if what if I can do here as a 25 or an anything 252 and okay anything. So if there is the value is here, what is we have value is 252. Is it right? 252 is greater than 22. Is it correct? Is correct. So this condition is true. So it's going for there. Display num2, and this will be display here as a 252, and this one is a showing, and then it will goes for the stop condition. This will be got terminated. So this one is the largest number. Okay, so I have one. This is a real world example. You all are one of in your life you use the Flipkart or anything, Flipkart, Amazon, anything which is delivery things. So there is one app where you can order something, purchase the order, and you will see there is some track your order. So using that we can easily see that how is the going on in the flowchart. So we see that whenever you place the order, process will be start as a you firstly search the product, and then it's going to start. If the person is going to add inside the order list, so this will goes into receive order. Inventory management system is like that, goes into directly receive order. Who can take this order? In backend side, those person are providing you the delivery of the delivery, what we say that not delivery, your product will be showing to those person will be delivered you the product. They person got the receive order mail or something, any updates like that. Okay, they get the receive order and then check for the inventory. They go for their inventory system where they are store all the products. They go check the inventory. If there you can order a bottle from the Flipkart or any platform, Amazon, any platform. Okay, they check for the inventory. If there is bottle available, so they can set as a true. Okay, set as a true. Check inventory. So there is, yeah, it's a true. So what can done here? Check inventory, is it correct? So it can be goes into place pack order. The person will be packed, and then after what they get after packing, it's packing done. So it can goes for the shipping the order. You see the shipping detail, ship detail, and then shipped, and then there is one our process is that delivery is done like that. Okay, this is process. So after that, if the person have bottle order, but bottle is not there in their store. So what the problem is that here is the inventory system is showing that no, it's false. It's showing that you are ordering, and there is showing that inside your order will be take more time as usual. Okay. Okay, like that sometime you got a message, you time have a 5-day deliver, but you are taking this deliver at 10 days after 10 days. So these things are happened due to that problem only. Notify customer that there is some delay, we will deliver shortly. Stay tuned, like that message or something updates. So if there is no, then they can notify the customer of delay, and then after that it goes into stop. Okay, this one is done. This is the another example of this, and one is that we one more example for you. This for the very I goes very deep inside, because why? Because there is no doubt will be there in your mind. So that's why I using more and more complex things, a more complex flowchart will be discovering. Okay, So you cannot think that there is left here and there is something missing, lack of knowledge like that. No, nothing that type of point will be in your mind. That's why I showing you that much. Okay. So there is inside your mind there is no doubt. So that's why I giving more examples. Okay. Yeah. See that. This is for the prime or not. Though I know that all person know the what is the prime number and all things, but those who don't know, for those who forget, I can write there is there like a prime number is like a whole number. Okay, whole number which is greater than one, only greater than one, which is greater than one. So let's see one definition of that. A prime, a prime number is a whole number. Okay, whole number which is greater than 1, greater than greater than 1, that has only that has only two division, two division, which is 1 or and itself. Okay, 1 using 1 and itself only. Okay, they can divide, those are the prime number. Okay, this is called prime number. So let's suppose you have enter the 10 number, 10. Okay, you enter the 10, your program will be going start. Let's zoom in a little bit. Your program will be start here. Input is going here as a 10. Here is the value will be 10. Check equals to 2. Checker is equal to 2, like that. You already know that 1 divisible by 1 and itself. So 1 using 1 is always be divisible any number. Whatever the number you given, always the whole number will be divisible by 1. So that's no mean is there to check with 1 also. So that's why we use checker as a 2. This is the rectangle shape which is used for processing part. Okay. So processing part is there. Here is the check equals to 2. So checker is greater than num. So what is the num? Checker here is the 2. Okay. Number is here is what? Number is here is 10. Okay. So is going for the here. Again here decision point. Number is there. Number is 10 divisible by checker is 2. Checker is equal to 2 equals to 0. If you see previously what is the modular operator? Modular operator you give you if you use the modular operator, you will only get the what in value. What is the last point of the value? Okay, let's do one thing. 10, 2 5s are 10. Okay, so here you see that there is value will be 0. Here is num equals to 0. So it can be getting the 0 answer only. So what? It's a 10 is a prime number. Prime number? Not. This is not a prime number. So it goes here equals to 0. Then this will be goes here. It will be 0. So not prime number is there, and then program will be got stopped. Okay. And take one more scenario here. If you have not 10, you have 11. Okay. So you have 11 numbers. So again here is going for the 11 started. Check is equal to 2. So checker is 2 here, and here is the number will be changed as 11. 11. Okay. So here is saying that 2 is less than number. 2 is less than number. Yeah, it is less than number. So it's get correct. It gets correct. So it's going for the here, and it will check here for the 11% 2. If you can divide as 11 is 2. So 2 5 is 10. Again here is the value will be 1. Okay. If you see, I clean it. What is that? 11 11 percentile 2. So 2 5s are 10, and which is remainder will be get 1. It always give a reminder. So it keeps the reminder is as a 1. So 1 is there. So equals to 0? No, there is no 0. So what happen is that what happen? What happen is that its condition is getting false. So it goes here. It goes here. It goes here. So it goes here and then C plus 1. C plus 1. So here is the 2 and now it's getting is 3. So 3 as a 3. So let's see that after divisible by 3, this process will be again done and using the 3. Here is now is 3 is equal to 3. So here is the remainder will be what? The remainder will be 2, 2. So there is nothing. So the remainder will be not 0. Again it goes for here. And then again check C plus 1 हो गया. Is here is the C what value? C is 3 now. And then is plus 1 again. So its value will be 4. So it will be 4 now. So it's again here and again check for the 4. So according to that it will be check and check. One point is there that here is the value will be 10. Okay, repeating thing and repeating thing, it will be got as a 10. So this value is 10. So what happened here is that checker is less than number. Checker is less than number. It will be condition is satisfying that 10 is less than. Here you see it's again happened. Let's clean this little bit. It's messy. So here is 10 and 11, 11 and then 10 was a 10 and here is again 1. So reminder will be get 1. So it is not correct. So here is that it going again here upside and then again it will be plus 1. So now is value will be checker value will be 11. So 11. So again it goes here and checking that 11 is less than number. Less than 11. Number is value is 11. Checker is less than 11. No, because why? If there is equals to, then it will be run. But here is showing that checker is less than number. So here is the value will be 11. So 11. So that's why its condition get false. So it get false. So it get false and then it will be print as a prime number and program will be got as a terminated or stop. Okay, this is the whole point of that prime or not. I hope you got the point what I'm trying to say. And let's another thing is pseudocode. Okay, second one is pseudocode. So what is the pseudocode? This is the visual representation. Okay, these things are visual representation. Let's clean these things. This is the visual representation. Okay, flowchart is a visual representation, but what you have to provide this one is to written form, easy understanding English language. Okay, these things you can write into the simple English language using pseudocode. Pseudocode is a simple readable way to describe the step. Here you as a showing as a visual representation, but what if you have to write here is that like start something else like start and then input to number and then this is called pseudocode. Okay, without writing without actual representation, you just written a simple English form and using some just a number, using just number. Okay, that is okay, that is I think good, sounds good. Simple readable way to describe the step and logic, like what you have to write and what you wrote, what are you thinking. So an algorithm or a computer is programmed using plain language, plain language is called like a simple English language. You don't put a whole as a code or in the pseudocode. So like you you didn't write their proper syntax written. You use syntax, but you use only simple simple syntax without forcefully doing all the things of this programming thing. Okay, so let's do one thing. So here I written there what we previously told is like that only. So pseudocode is a simple readable way to describe the step and logic of an algorithm. Step and the logic of the algorithm. Okay, it's clear. Or a computer program using plain language. Okay, using plain language. Whether rather than strictly syntax of any programming language like semicolon and curly braces and all the things which all the thing are happened in the programming, which here you can not doing that thing, only low end code which is okay. So it has act as a detailed outline or a blueprint for a programming. Okay, making it easier to plain communicate and understand structure of a programming before the actual programming. So before we writing the programming, we little bit writing that approach like how can do these things and how can return this program and whatever the best scenario, what is the worst scenario, like that. These things we can use in pseudocode. So using this pseudocode, we can do these things. So if a person want to write a pseudocode, like how can take the two numbers and you can add these two numbers, how they can do that? So the person can do that as a just a moment. He is started as a let's something is like here is the firstly write as a start, okay, and then do this thing, use a tab option. So like if there is one gap, so it can easily understand that okay, here is the starting point here, and then after that this is the like that input one, input number input number one, input number two, and then you have to do some operation upon that. Sum equals to number one plus number two. Okay, is it okay? So we use as a output for the using output. So output equals to sum, and then program will be goes into here end. So this is the pseudocode for the taking input. So start and end there. This is the simple pseudocode. Okay, if you want in I write one more pseudocode for you, like for the prime number, which is you already see. Okay. Oh yeah, this is for the pseudocode for the prime or not. Prime or not. Okay. This is for the pseudocode. Here is the starting point. Firstly, user input a number, input n, and then check its number is less than 1 or equals to 1. Okay, so if they entered as a 1 or entered as a -10, -21, like that, so it's already this number is not a prime number. Okay, so because you know that you previously see the definition of that, this is the, and then here is showing that output is a not prime, and then program will be got stopped. If it is not happened, then if program will come here, I is equals to 2, which is I. Previously we written as a checker. So I written here is I. I will be index number value. So here is the I is equal to 2. Okay, firstly I is equal to 2. Here is the while loop. Because these things loop and all you can see in the next video. Okay, from like how type of loops are there, while loop, do while loop, for loop. These things are the loops, and also some practical thing we can example also we can see. But now we just, you can see that what is that. Okay, so just it is a only loop. Okay, so write as a loop, I is less than or greater than equal to, I is less than equals to 2, sorry, I is less than equals to n, I is less than equals to n. So if a person written here is as a 10, you already see. Let's do a small number. Okay, 3, I is less than equal to 3, so n equal to is 3 and I is equals to 2. So I is less than equals to n, yes it is right, I is small than. So what happened? If n% equals to I is equal to 0, n% I equals to 0. So here is that modular operator is working again. So n will be, what can do? N will be do here is that 3 is there and I have value of 2. So it can be 202 and it have 1. So 1 is that, 1 is the reminder. So 1 is the reminder, so that can be transfer that its a value will be wrong here. 1 is equals to 0 is not, so output is not prime. So there is the output is direct printed as a prime number, because the here is the 1, here is the 1, here is the 1. So this 1 is using that, we can see that this is the prime number because this one is not completely divisible. Remainder will be always 1, so that will be prime number. So here is that, you see, because output is not prime is there, so I plus equals to plus 1, or you can here you can see that I plus equals to 1. So this is the shortcut which is already told previous lecture. So you don't know these things, so you can refer this previous lecture also. So yeah, so this can be what happened, 2 is there, 2, so 2 plus 1, what it is 3. So it again goes here, here is checking that 3 is less than equals to n. Yes, less than equals to n. So it can be check and again check. So sorry, here is not equals to, there is no equals to r there. Okay, so I is less than equals to n. So here you can see that no, I is not equals to less than, I is not less than n. So it can be terminated as a like, okay, output is prime and then program will be got stopped. So that will be stopped. This is called pseudocode. Visual representation is not only for the simple English plain language, we can use as a pseudocode. So okay, so yeah, that is for the today's lecture only, which is, if you have some doubts, so please comment me down below, and if there is somewhere I'm wrong or something is not good, as a, if there is issue something, or there is visual problem, there is any problem, whatever you facing, any challenges in the videos lectures, so you can please comment me down. This is the whole part of the theory lecture also. So next part will be about the loop things. Okay, loop, while loop, do while loop, for loop, for each loop, these things we can use next lecture, from next lecture. So okay, there is something, so please comment me down and let's support me. And okay, and to also my office sometime, so due to office work I am also not able to schedule directly lectures, so that's why there is some gap in my lectures. So no worry, I will be put my effort. But if you can suggest me or thumbs up me and also comment me, so then I will more appreciate this, and I am also putting my efforts. So yeah, please keep watching and keep coding, keep trying, keep studying, take a good job, and break your loop, and stay tuned in the coding, and stay tuned with that YouTube channel which is Ninja Coders. So okay, good day, have a good day, bye bye, see you in next lecture.